Hello everyone and welcome to the third of our local podcast. We're on a roll here. I am joined by the perennial emo, Joseph Hartwinks. Joe, how you doing, mate?
Oh, you changed it this time.
Yeah, I'm more PC for our listeners.
Okay, right. Yeah, I'm
PC,
alright.
PG.
I'm alright. How are you, mate?
I'm okay. And I'm joined by a very special guest, Liam Hannah from the Get Oan Wae It podcast. How you doing, Liam?
Oh, bad man. How's your sales trips?
Fuck, we're all good. Just coping. How have you been dealing with the whole lockdown?
It's a bit mad. Like, I think the first lockdown we got put in, it was kind of new for everyone, and it was fucking great weather and all that. So I think everyone kind of got on with it. But the new one, it's just shite. It's total shite. But I've just been doing what everyone else does, mate. Just playing PS4 all day, every day. I think.
When did you start the Get Oan Wae It podcast?
I think it was during the first lockdown, actually. It was just kind of one of the things. Like, I listen to podcasts all the time, most days anyway. So I was in my bed and I was like, man, I think I could fucking start one. Because all you kind of need is a fucking mic, and everyone's doing over Zoom anyway. So got Zoom set up, got a mic, and then just kind of got a pen and paper and started jotting down names and all that. And then landed on Get Oan Wae It and started talking shite on camera.
Aye, so you kind of got the angle of talking about music, but like Scottish artists up and coming, and you've talked to quite a few big names. You talked to Jack for the Snuts, didn't you? And who else have you had on?
I think how many episodes I've done now? I think I've done 7 episodes about, and the first one was Mark Sharp for Mark Sharp and the Bicycle Thieves. He's some man, like, get on really well with Mark. Mark's kind of guy, mate, he'll help you with anything. See if you just text him, he'll help you with anything. So he was sound to come on. But that one, I done Sharp as my first episode, so it was kind of my first time doing anything. What a shit show that was, man. Oh my God. So we've recorded it, right? Done that, and I'm editing all that, and just half it's came out blank. So it was about 45 minutes came out blank. So I've texted him like that. We need to do that again. Honestly, he must have been like that, for fuck's sake. But it's just kind of something you just need to kind of get on with and pick up wee bits. I think who else I actually had on? Jamie Webster as well. With Liverpool, man. What a guy he is. Like, honestly, what a pleasure it was to speak to him. And like, he's all about like the working class roots, and he sings that for his songs. And he was trying to get on. Like, the Scouse accent and something else as well.
Almost, it's a bit easier to understand than Joe's, mind you. You had it coming.
Not even going to respond to that. Just move on.
You put it on a plate for me, Liam.
So the moment I heard a joke about an accent, I just knew that like the next joke was going to be, because I saw Graham's wee smirk on the Zoom call.
Can't not say something about your accent when you're presented with such a great opportunity. So is like music your main passion then?
Aye, man, like, to be honest, man, it's all my money goes on music, man. Like, music and bevy, kind of, that's all my money goes on. But aye, like, honestly, see if I was to write a song, it would be the worst thing ever. I tried to play guitar during lockdown, honestly, couldn't get it. So I just thought, sack this, man. But I actually love music, especially Scottish music scene, love all that kind of part. And if I was to get involved in music, playing or writing, generally, I think I'd be the worst artist ever. But
there's a million artists that couldn't play. There's nothing stopping you. Think of the Sex Pistols.
So do you see this as like your way of contributing to the music scene, since you can't really you don't feel comfortable enough playing it or trying to write it that way? You rather just do interviews for it and like get people's names out there.
I'm quite pally with quite a lot of people who like play in the Scottish music scene and stuff. So I like giving I think they don't receive much praise, to be honest with you. Like, Scotland in general don't receive praise, never mind just in music. But I like to fucking try and help out as much as I can. It's little of what I do, but I think so. I think it is kind of me to contribute a wee bit.
So like, see, before lockdown happened, like how many gigs do you think you were going to? Like an average, like a month or whatever? Because it seemed like you were going to a lot of gigs before lockdown happened.
See, like, gigs are my total to like let stuff off and vent and that kind of part. If that makes sense. Like,
Aye.
I think it is for most people as well, but like a place you can go and just go off your nut for an hour and a half. Mate, honestly, the amount of pals that I've actually made singing with them at gigs and all that, it's nuts. Don't know how many I go to a month. Trying to think, man. But honestly, like, the most gigs I go to, it's like fucking, the tickets are like £7, £10,
Aye,
15.
going to see some kind of indie band playing at stereo or room 2, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I love that. I
Aye.
love that. See it, Sucky Hill Street, man. See them at a wee
Aye, brilliant.
independent venues. I love that part, man.
Places like the
Honestly.
Priory and all that kind of thing. Got a lot.
Friday, man, like, what a gear at me, what a dive, right? I've never been to a gig in it. I've never been to a gig, right?
I saw some Australian band in there once at a Club Sabbath. It's loud in there for such a small wee place.
Mate, can I see where you're going, man? Just pitch black.
Aye. Oh, it's
But that place is nuts, mate. I went in for a night out, worst night out I've ever had. Then I went in it after we ended up back in there, and it was one of the best nights I've ever had.
aye.
It's just a weird place, but class. You don't sell pints either, it's all cans.
Aye, Kansas Red Stripe, that kind of thing. Kind of moving on, you put on a big night in kind of memory of your brother who, sadly passed away. I'm sorry about that. You did a really amazing thing with Sam's night. How was that for you? Like, to actually put that together?
See, that was another one, like, sitting trying to think what I could do for my wee brother and stuff. And originally I was like going to say a wee bit at the end of one of my podcast episodes, but just didn't really think it done him justice in a way. Again, just kind of landed on trying to set up like a, do you know what you call it, an online festival or some
Aye,
shit like
something
that.
like that.
Started messaging bands that Sharpie as well. Messaged him. He was one of the first ones I got on board actually. And then started just kind of growing arms and legs and messaging everyone I could. Like, I was so surprised. I think I've got quite a negative outlook on things. I always think people just kind of, I always think they kind of worse than people, like what they would say. But I was kind of overwhelmed how nice folk actually are and how nice folk, like how folk actually wanted to just give you a helping hand and fucking come together. And it was a pretty special night. I think everyone actually, it went down really well, so I think everyone enjoyed it.
I remember watching it at the time, and I just thought it was
Honestly,
a really well put together night. The production quality was brilliant as well, especially in those studios.
Honestly, mate, I've never ever been under stress like that in my life. Honestly, fucking nuts. By the way, I was like, remember the night before? Basically, the idea was everyone would pre-record their sets, send them to me, and then I would put it into a big massive video, and then we put it on YouTube. But I soon learned that doesn't happen. You can't do that.
Yeah.
I was like,
You'd be there just waiting for 5 hours for the video to be like uploaded. And
I expected it just all go up at once, and then I was like, try to save it on my computer, and my computer was crashing, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to tell folk that this isn't happening.
Yeah.
But eventually, man, I was like, I think it was about 4 in the morning, like the night before, and I was fucking YouTubing all these tutorials, man, like how to put live music as a pre-record on YouTube. But see, I thought as well you could just do it through YouTube, do the video, and then you could put it on YouTube and then put it as a live video. I have to download some mad software and all that. I'm like, oh my good lord, I had not prepared myself. See, I'm the type of guy, man, like when I get told something, I go, I'll do it, and then no do it, and no do it, and no do it, and then do it the night before.
Yeah, I'm the exact same.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I think. Are you a student? Are you at uni?
Strathie, mate.
Me
same.
too. Us too.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of uni students, especially the guys. I think are just a lot of them have that characteristic that they'll put everything off until the night before, and then you work your arse off to try and get it done. It's
worst attitude to have, isn't it?
I know.
Worst thing ever.
Yeah.
But aye, man,
so,
like you went down well.
Aye. Brilliant. So we'll move on to kind of regular scheduling. We're going to talk a little bit about the football. There's
no more of the new segment. Why is Liam so amazing?
we're going to stop. We're going to stop talking you up that much now. Make sure you listen to his podcast. Not right now, but you need to listen to us.
Honestly, this one's shit anyway.
Yeah.
So there's some fairly big events going on in Scotland over the weekend. I don't know if any football fans are watching.
Yeah.
A certain team got beat by a team much smaller than them. Quite an embarrassing result.
Yeah, Aberdeen lost to St Mirren. It was a very shocking result. We're all stunned by.
Obviously, what I'm talking about is Hearts getting put out by Alloa. Which, as a St Mirren fan, you try not to be bitter and you try not to come across like you're obsessed, but it is quite satisfying to watch Hearts get put out by a team like Alloa. I don't know if any of you saw the game.
Also, as a Dundee United fan, you try not to be bitter for the team that tried to prevent you getting promoted over the summer, but and also stole your manager over the summer. It's good. It's good to know that no matter what team Robbie Nielsen manages, he can't fucking beat Alloa in Alloa.
It's like the curse of the KFC. Them. The whole team just go for a bargain bucket before they start the game.
Yeah. All I also will say is I saw the moment before the penalty, and Michael Smith just basically tries to karate kick the Alloa striker. I don't know how to describe it. So I was very, very drunk on Friday, and I slept in most of Saturday sleeping. So I only saw the results in that on Sunday. I didn't realize it was like the second half of extra time that they got knocked out by as well.
Yeah, 109th minute, I think Alan Troughton scored this penalty. Also, Alan Troughton, how long has he been playing for Alloa?
Mate, guys, been kicking about for donkeys, by the way.
I know. That name, he scored against us when we first got relegated as well, I remember that.
Alan Troughton's a name you usually only see when he's fucked up your bet.
Aye.
Yeah, Alloa, mate, I hate them as well, but like, I remember when Rangers were like that bad. I think we had a strike partnership of Kenny Mill and Chris Boyd, and I think, honestly, I think the average age of them was about 99. But I think we were 2-0 up when we got beat 3-2.
Yeah, Alloa were tweeting about that during the week. I don't know if you noticed.
Oh, of course they were, mate.
Yeah.
Fucking, I hope they die as a club, mate. Honestly, get them done.
Aye, but you're a Rangers fan. You think of every single team in Scotland. Like, it's not.
That's where I like it, mate.
It's a bit of Rangers have such a crazy siege mentality that you just don't see anywhere else. It's so alien to us, I think.
Speaking of teams with a siege mentality, Celtic.
Yeah, I mean, what a embarrassing result for Celtic. I mean, not to like slag off Ross County, who are above us in the table, but come on, Celtic getting beat by comfortably beaten by Ross County is pretty embarrassing.
It's nuts, man. Honestly, nuts. See, to be fair, but it wasn't actually that surprising on the way they've been playing and stuff. But
no, I know.
See, to get beat off a guy who shaves a wee triangle at the top of his head, man, like, get a grip of yourselves, come on.
Yeah.
Neil Lennon's not having the best of time at Celtic, is he?
That's brilliant, isn't it?
Well, as someone who supports one of the teams that isn't that big, it's kind of nice to see the champions, the team that keeps winning, get knocked down a peg. I think it's always quite satisfying to see that. I like to see all the big teams do badly, to be honest.
Yeah, Graham, I think we should probably just let Liam go. Just give the floor to Liam. I get the sense he has a lot of things he wants to say about how shite Celtic are right now.
You can take the floor. You can talk about it.
Because as we all know, old firm fans are the experts on the team they hate.
Aye.
Man, 100%. Like, I always think both fans always go, you're obsessed. Aye, well, fucking too right, well.
Aye.
I mean, who cares? Not else I hate so much. See when an old firm or whoever are going at, or well done Rangers for winning Europe, up the coefficient and all that, pal, get a grip, man. I hate that.
I'm never going to celebrate the coefficient because you're never going to be in Europe. So. No, Celtic's results in Europe have been really funny as well. Getting pumped by an electrician and that, like,
it was losing 4-1 to Sparta Prague and then losing 4-1 at home to them again, but to their B team this time. Like,
as well, mate, they play AC Milan, so that could be an absolute shagging as well.
Yeah.
Not a good time, man, but
it's crazy how quickly Rangers have turned into a genuinely good football team compared to, when they first got promoted. It's been a pretty rapid turnaround from a team of pretty much absolute jobbers to being a team of some pretty talented players.
It's because we've not got fans. Swear to God, mate, our fans are the worst people in the world. Honestly.
I've been to a few games at Ibrox, and it's safe to say the atmosphere's quite hostile.
Oh, mate, shock. Like, don't get me wrong, mate. I love going to Ibrox and all that. And see when it's good, mate. It's fucking good. I remember we had a player. It was like 2 years ago, mate. Ajaria.
Mm-hmm.
Obi Ajaria.
And he was good, mate. He was all right. And just total got bombarded with abuse. Like, Rangers have this thing, mate. See if a player comes on loan. See if he's young and he's on loan. Don't like him at all. And I've never understood it. But see if you play for Hamilton and support Rangers and Rangers sign you, you're the best player ever. So, mate, Rangers as fans are just proper weird, mate. It's like I can't even understand it, but...
So you're not a big fan of Greg Docherty then?
Nah, mate, he's fucking... see the time, mate, I probably was loving him.
Yeah.
But...
Aye.
Not having it.
I mean, we'd take him.
You would take any as it, wouldn't it?
Well, I mean, the Rangers squad's pretty good right now.
Yeah.
We'll take a few stragglers. We tried to sign Greg Stewart, I think, over the summer. I don't know, and that obviously didn't pan out.
We tried to sign Jamie Murphy and Greg Stewart, and Rangers told us to fuck off both times.
Yeah, well,
Apparently,
Rangers,
apparently what literally happened was Rangers just told the United, we're not doing business with you.
yeah, well, Rangers and Dundee United don't have the best working relationship as fans or as clubs, do they?
That's again, I love seeing them do bad.
So do I, Liam.
Fucking... See the thing with Rangers and Dundee United fans, I don't really understand why it's so bad, because like other teams voted us doing as well.
Well, I think it's the story is, according to Rangers fans, is that Stephen Thompson, who was our chairman at the time and is a dick, I would fully admit that. I fucking hate him as well. He was the first one to say like, we will vote against Rangers to stay in the Premiership, and so like apparently like that started off everybody else saying they would, but even then that wasn't true. It was Command who said they were going to do it first or something. Like it was another team who said they were going to do it first.
Pretty much every SPL club was pretty unequivocal in how much they want to see Rangers go down as well. I think there's an instant though, before administration where a Rangers Dundee United game got postponed and Rangers fans didn't get any refunds for their away tickets.
Yeah, when the fixture got rearranged, United made Rangers fans pay for the ticket again.
Yeah, that's not going to help, is it?
It's amazing.
I also don't think it helped that like the first two games were in the Scottish Cup and we absolutely bottled you both times. I think that maybe kind of set the rage levels for Rangers fans a wee bit higher.
Was that when John Daly was
there was the 3-0 win where Ian Black got sent off, and then there was the Scottish Cup semi-final when it was like when we had like Stuart Armstrong, Guy Mackay-Steven, and Ryan Gold, and a good team.
I was at that game actually. I was at that game.
So was I.
I think who was our centre half at the time?
Bill Morsney.
Bill Morsney hit the post at the last minute. It was offside. Like that's what we had going for us, mate. We had a guy at centre half hitting the post in the last minute. It was offside. That's literally our big highlight of the game.
Yeah,
that was Rangers banter years were in a whole podcast.
Yeah.
There's a whole podcast.
And then at least 3 of those players in your team ended up playing for us in like 2 years.
Pure knowledge from
just
me.
to bring this back on topic. Right, so Rangers about 11 points ahead right now, and obviously, like you'd expected, you're probably going to win the league next season. Would you wanted it this way, where you're just dominating the league, dominating everybody, dominating Celtic, or would you have rather had like a massive last minute helicopter Sunday moment as like a massive return to winning the league again?
That's a fucking bang question. I don't know, man. Like I quite like winning every game. I think that's quite good pattern and all that. But see the thing is, man, like see with Celtic, I think they're a bit overreacting a wee bit because they're only 5 points behind. See if we
They're 11 points behind.
Well, 2 games in hand.
True.
So it's winning 2 games in hand and win it, and we lose and they win.
Well, you never know, given their current form. They're not foregone conclusions that they'll win them.
Yeah.
I'm really annoyed that we're not playing them in the next few weeks. We're not playing them till January. I was really hoping we could have a go at them.
Yeah, I'll be really offended if we beat them and then that's the final straw.
I done United telling it Rangers.
Yeah. No, if we beat Celtic and that's the final straw, that fucking gets Neil Lennon sacked.
I know you helping out Rangers.
Uh,
Well, actually, that's not helping Rangers. I'm taking it, Liam, you want Lennon to stay at Celtic for the foreseeable future.
What a manager. Keep him. But honestly, like, see the thing about Lennon, for some reason, he's actually in the job. Never understood that, really. Because like he came with fucking shite at Bolton. Bolton were shite. But then he went to Hibs. Ended up getting sacked at Hibs. And then got
For-
taken in as Inter manager. He done alright in Inter manager, but even like fucking last season, mate, they weren't playing great football, were they?
He doesn't
No.
believe in tactics.
No.
He's literally said that.
Too
A
much.
Celtic, that phrase as well. He's a Celtic man, he's a Rangers man.
Mhm.
Means nothing, man.
Yeah.
Too much
Nonsense.
snooze, man. To know what's going on.
But I mean, I hope he stays, but I think he end up well staying. I've no idea why.
To be fair, as much as I'm baffled that he's still in the job, I can't imagine any manager who would want to taking that job now.
Well,
Like,
there's a lot of talk of the kind of Cluj manager. What's his name? Dan Petrovic. Something like he played in Steaua Bucharest's European Cup winning team, and he managed Cluj, and apparently a lot of Celtic fans want him in. He's just left Cluj.
That's far too out there for the Celtic board. They'll get like Gordon Strachan in.
The Ronnie Darla was a one experiment.
or like Martin O'Neill.
God,
Mate,
imagine.
I heard Graham Murty's looking for a wee job.
CV can do handstands. That's it.
Again, that was great time at being a Rangers fan, having folk like him being his manager. Absolutely nuts.
I know Rangers it was like a continuous stream of like crap apart from that one season in the Championship where you walked it. But other than that, it was just stinking. And then Pedro Caixinha, I mean, that guy deserves a whole series of podcasts dedicated to him for other things he did as well.
What a guy.
Aye.
I still remember the first time I saw that photo of him in the bush. Like I can't get that out of my head. It's just
I actually remember.
iconic.
See the progress game. I remember like we won 1-0 at Ibrox, right? And I was meant to be watching the game, and somebody phoned me saying we need a new player for fives. I was like, "Fuck it, Rangers will win about 5-0. I'll go and play fives." As soon as I came off the five parks, all these wee boys at the side of the park were laughing, chanting Rangers has lost. I was like, "Fucking, they're making it up." They fucking got beat, didn't we? Or did we get beat? Did we draw?
no, you got beat.
Yeah.
I remember that very clearly.
Joe has the game like saved on his computer. watches it before he goes to bed every night.
Yeah.
The Rangers TV version downloading his computer.
Yeah. I've got all the Dalcio highlights of Simon Rangers. Just
Dalcio, and who's your big man up front? Sadiq.
Oh, it must have Sadiq, mate. Mate, he told people were DMing him, calling him shite and all that, and he was telling folk to go and kill themselves and all that.
What?
Nuts, man. Honestly, like, people were DMing him saying you're the worst Rangers player ever and all that, and he was telling folk to go and kill themselves.
I mean,
hasn't he gone to like Partizan Belgrade and been fucking quality and something? Like he's gone to like a decent league.
Roma gave him a run out for a few games and he was actually all right as well. It's
I think he's good now, mate. I think he's actually great. They played Man United in Champions League Europa League, and he was offside, mate, but he chipped the hair and all that. I honestly thought who must have was scoring at Old Trafford.
Part of me thinks the problem is maybe that Pedro Caixinha was the manager. That's why a lot of the players didn't perform to full capabilities.
Oh, mate, the stories you hear of him, man, it's totally nuts, man. Even like the players they brought in were even worse. Carlos Pena, mate.
Aye. Eduardo Herrera.
Carlos Pena, the world's greasiest human being.
Honestly,
Aye.
guy was those players that we had signed that year were. I'm trying to think of who else. We got Ryan Jack at it and Morelos as well, but some of it, like we paid something like $3 million for Pena or something. Paid a pure good sum of money for him.
Didn't you have that like centre back that just couldn't hit the ball? Fabio Cardoso or something.
Oh yeah. You had a
mate.
song for him and everything.
I know, mate. Oh, I mate, the song was good as well, but
It's a decent chant.
what a guy ruined his reputation. I remember the Old Firm, he came on. Did he start? I think he came on. And the ball got put over the top. It's the one we got beat 3-2. And he's basically at the ball and Dembele's chasing him down and Dembele just fucking throws him and ends up chipping our goalie. I think that's when the famous what's the goalie Den Tam came.
Aye.
But I mate, Rangers were a fucking shambles. Rangers been except in this season, but a shambles for about fucking 5 years.
moving back to this season, we try to stay on points in this podcast, but we always end up going on crazy tangents. We're like the worst hosts ever.
It's Rangers the Bantiers. How can we not go on a mad tangent about
It's
like?
so hard. We're going to dedicate a whole podcast to it. Don't worry, folks.
Yeah.
So this season, do you think the title's in the bag? Well, not in the bag, but do you think you'll secure it?
I think we will win it, man. But see, mate, I say we'll win it every year. But no, mate, I think the difference between this season, like, fucking, we're not over jumping, and we're not fucking saying we've won it already. Because last year we beat Celtic at Celtic Park, and fucking celebrated like mad. Like, I'm not gonna lie, after we beat them 2-1 at Celtic Park, I was like, we won the league. Even the season before, I was kind of like, we beat them at Ibrox, so you're gonna win the league this year, and then ended up fucking shit.
I've noticed that with Rangers fans, like, it's because like the club has historically been so good. Do you just think you're going to win the league every season, no matter what? I've noticed that. I've got a lot of friends who are Rangers fans, and they always say like, yeah, we're going to win the league this season. But this season it's different. But I genuinely think this season it is a bit different. We've got a genuinely working team.
Yeah.
We're good, man. We are actually good. Like, the front three, because like past couple of season, literally Morelos scored all the goals. Like, if you're looking at the past 2 seasons, Morelos would have had about 20 goals, and the next one would have been about 4 or 5. Now it's kind of a stage that Morelos is kind of no scoring much, but he's link-up play and he's dropping back and playing the passes, and he's fucking Kent. Tavernier, mate. Tavernier's a right back and he's on fucking 14 goals.
Aye.
He's the top scorer in the league. and he's got the most assists. Like, I checked this a couple of days ago, like, out of curiosity. He's top of both those charts, and he's a right back.
He's another one that Rangers fans would slaughter for no reason.
The thing is, when I kind of watch him as a captain, I can kind of get it, because there are some times when I see him, like, some stuff he does, like, in big games and that, I'm like, you're not really doing a good job leading your team. But, like, as a player, I think he's your best player, to be honest. I can't really think of anybody else who would.
Like, see, like, all these the people who slaughtered him, they're actually wanting their fullback to only defend, which is like total nonsense, mate. Like, the modern day fullback do the bare minimum defending. Like, they do. They fucking get up the park and put balls in and try and score goals, and fucking Avenir's not the modern fullback with 14 goals. Don't know what it fucking is, man.
It helps, though. I think it helps a bit that you have Helander and Goldson as your back two, helping him defend instead of Cardoso, Kieran, whoever the fuck. Yeah.
Russell Martin, mate. I want a full.
Oh God.
Yell about Russell Martin. That guy could never ever kick a ball again. See when
he doesn't.
Like,
no.
Oh, is he not a manager now?
He's MK Dons manager, aye.
Damn, even that. Get him out of the game. You can go and fucking watch rugby. As far I'm concerned, like, see when you get players like even like fucking big Billy O'Moshney, he could header the ball. See Russell Martin, he had no attributes whatsoever. Just stood, can let guys go by him.
We're going to move on now to the politics section. For once, we actually come prepared with an article to talk about a national news story, instead of just vaguely whining about the Tories this time. We actually have something concrete to complain about.
Whilst also whining about the Tories.
Yeah, well, but it's actually whining about something they've done rather than just like some vague thing about their ideology. There was an article from Huffington Post last week where they announced that there was a think tank in the Westminster government who wanted to put little Union Jacks on their vaccines to help in an attempt to curb Scottish independence.
Yeah.
It's not a joke. It's a direct quote.
It's like it's so ridiculous, isn't it? It's like
the
lengths that they go to.
Yeah, the Union unit tasked with fighting calls for Scottish independence and other campaigns to break up the UK won injection kits to bear the flag. It's
like genuine propaganda. It's like
but
Korea.
It's propaganda invented by idiots.
Yeah.
Like the ones the kind of like.
Do you know what? I supported independence until I saw Union Jack on my COVID vaccine, and now I'm as staunch as they come. Like, got a big Union Jack on my wall. Yeah, I'm a staunch unionist now.
That's the real COVID conspiracy. It doesn't put like a tracking device in it. It just makes you a unionist supporter.
Get it over here, boys. Get it over here. No.
Yeah, it's 2 doses of the vaccine and sash.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's just totally nuts that even that can even come into anyone's head. That fucking we need to do that. That's a priority. Make sure you get the Union Jack on.
When you think about how much money that would cost as well to like put Union flags on on like a glass vial of a vaccine, that realistically you're going to maybe see it for 2 seconds or something, or you're maybe won't even see it if the nurse is doing it. Like, it's just like so crazy the lengths the Tories and the British government, not even the Tories, like Labour as well, like the whole government want to go to kind of curb Scottish independence. And like whether you support it or not, it's like you've got to kind of see how crazy, how terrified they are of it.
Yeah, it's just like this is a vaccine made by a German company with the help of Belgian scientists and like a multinational group of like scientists from Oxford University. Yeah, the United Kingdom have had very little to do with it.
It happened in the United Kingdom, but barely anyone was actually British.
Yeah. Also, it's like I like the idea of it's like, well, I'm sorry, Mr. McCormack, your gran has died. The vaccine was delayed because you had to put the little flag on the vaccine. You didn't have time.
I know it's
even
like
better. He's like your gran died staunch.
You can't get the vaccine unless you sing unless you recite all the likes to God Save the Queen, including that verse about killing Scottish people.
Yeah. No, it's you have to sing louder. To that one bit.
You've got to kind of imitate yourself, like stabbing a Scottish person. Like,
yeah. It's like a mannequin of Bonnie Prince Charles, just like there. I need to be like just be stabbing him over and over again as the vaccine get given to you.
Like Rule Britannia being played while you're getting it injected in you like over the speakers and that.
See with the vaccine, I think they should have a big fuck off Royal Rumble to see who gets it. Let's make this fun.
That maybe defeats the purpose of giving it to vulnerable people and that.
It's funny you mention that because actually, because today obviously the news came out that they're going to start giving the vaccine as early as next week. Part of that is they put out the ranking system for who's going to get the vaccine released this first phase of the program. Obviously, at the beginning, it's older people in care homes who need the vaccine more.
Where the podcast hosts kind of come into this?
You know, funny enough, we're not ranked yet. Then again, at rank 4 is clinically extremely vulnerable individuals. I do wonder if podcasters count under there.
Probably does, to be honest.
Yeah.
If you hear this podcast, you know that we're a bit crazy.
Troubled human beings.
Yeah. The first phase is mostly going to be people over 50, and if anybody younger gets it, it's because they'll have serious health conditions. According to the article, which is also from the Huffington Post, this podcast isn't sponsored by the Huffington Post in any way. Shite patter.
Yep.
Yeah. People without underlying conditions on the age of 50 probably won't get it till about spring next year.
Yeah.
Which is a bit shit, but
if it means
at least it's coming.
If it means we can get more life back, and then if you've not had a vaccine, you have to isolate for 2 weeks, like not the end of the world, really. Like as long as we can have some life, as long as I can like see my friends again.
Yeah, how good's the first draft of tennis going to be after this?
Yeah.
Honestly,
I mean, the first one, like in between lockdown, was good enough. I can't imagine how it'd be like with full freedom.
Yeah, a pint of tenants in a pub, absolutely packed with people. You can't find a seat. You're leaning by this kind of this kind of like table that's coming at a beam, and you can't find anywhere to sit, and you're pure. As soon as someone grabs our bags, you're sprinting over to the seat. Like I missed, as much as I hated that at the time, I miss things like that.
Yeah, you just miss crowds.
Yeah,
in general.
I just like. I mean, I'm sick of fucking getting mad out over a fucking Zoom call on a weekend. Like,
I can't even.
See, during lockdown, man, they were the worst hangovers I've ever had. Like,
Yeah.
swear to God, man, I couldn't even couldn't imagine that would ever happen. Fucking getting a bottle and sitting over a computer screen with your pals.
I know. I'm preparing for the worst, but because we just got a pint machine in my house for like pulling pints that you put wee mini kegs in, and it's changed my life. Honestly, it's like completely revolutionised my way of life.
Mate, how fucking hard is it to pull them?
It's ridiculous. The head on them's about half the glass. You need takes a bit of practice. I think I'm getting better at it though.
When the vaccine gets put in place, will it be back to like a good case of normality, or will it just be kind of?
I think
Quite
once everybody
strict.
has it, surely it'll just be like more or less back to normal. Like maybe
Yeah,
I could see some shops keeping the mask thing for like a long time after, but apart from that, I can't really imagine it'd be that different from when it was beforehand.
yeah. Like I understand they might need to wait a bit to see if the vaccines actually work.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm confident they will, and I'm confident that life will improve. And on that happy note, we'll move on. Great segue there, by the way. We'll move on to our everyone's favorite part of this show. Well, it's certainly my favorite, so I speak for everyone. I've now named this section. I'm calling it the Adventures of Fife Man. So the first article, however, is not from Fife. It's from Moray, up north. It's in the Press and Journal. You know, quite a reputable paper, quite a reputable source. You know, this headline is just got to like make you think, what? Like, this headline makes no sense. So, Elgin man dropped his trousers and lifted his jumper in response to Avril Lavigne hit.
Up the trousers. So he got naked. What Avril Lavigne hit was it? I think that's the main question.
It's prompted by lyrics in Avril Lavigne's hit commanding some to take off all your preppy clothes. I'm not sure what song that's from, but the guy was in a pub in the winter. He heard that lyric and he complied with Avril Lavigne in public. It's just
Getting
like,
naked to complicated by Avril Lavigne. Like this is
aye.
this the saddest fucking story.
No.
Just being so desperate to get fucking drunk again that you just go mental to any song that's available.
Have you ever been so drunk that you've done what the lyrics in a song have told you to do? So much that
The cha-cha slide maybe, but I don't really think of it.
I mean, it is funny, but also it is disturbingly creepy as well. Like, I hope the guy does get hit with the law.
Yeah, it's Avril Lavigne. You're a grown man.
It was on a night out. It came on. It's just crazy. What a story! What a story! That's a Hall of Fame story.
Yeah.
We'll move on to Fife, which is the kind of the center of all crazy stories.
Center of the universe.
So I don't know if you guys ever seen The Fall on BBC iPlayer
Yeah, well,
No.
or
No.
Netflix. You know, it's
No,
about a
not yet.
serial killer, and you've got like a cop like chasing him down, trying to catch him. It's like a kind of great psychological thriller about how the police are trying to catch this kind of terrible man. And there's something kind of similar going on in Kirkcaldy right now. And the police are hunting a flasher who indecently exposed himself in a Kirkcaldy high street. And you know, you get your big budget TV shows down in England about all this kind of thing going on, and I think like the Scottish STV budget equivalent is this: the police hunting down a man who exposed himself in the middle of Kirkcaldy. What is the deal with people that keep exposing themselves?
Like,
don't get
it's outside the central belt. There isn't really much to do. So you need to make your own fun. All right, like it's not.
This is the real pandemic.
That'd be normal for them. I mean, I hear these stories every time I'm on this fucking. Well, every
I know.
time I hear this podcast,
It's always
their
indecent
keg.
exposure. It's like
It'd be great night out, but
The
great
next-
night out.
Woody.
Aye.
I feel like he'd be great for one night out, but I think anything more than that, you'd be very fucking sick of him.
Oh God, Dave's got his willy again. It's maybe funny the first time, but it probably gets kind of less funny every single
Yeah.
time he does it.
That's another pub we've been kicked out.
Yeah, it gets a bit sad because that's the only way he can make people laugh. So he just keeps doing it over and over again.
It's the only
So-
discussion champion.
So we're kind of moving away from indecent exposure. I think there's we've been exposed to enough to the
hmm
with them. So this is quite an interesting one, you know, to kind of go along with the police hunt kind of theme. A 90-year-old Fife woman is tried to catch a fleeing robber, which is hilarious. This woman noticed someone in her kitchen, and she realised it was a robber, and they escaped out the window. So she got out in the street and ran and tried to chase him down. 90-year-old woman.
It says a lot about Fife that's probably not the most ridiculous story we've had.
Yeah, and the woman said she hurled her abuse to the rubber as he fled. This 90-year-old woman went, I told him that it was a wee shite.
Mate, Fife
That-
sounds like a fucking class place. Oh, wow.
Well, not if you're 90 or hate seeing people flash in public. You know, you got to feel sorry for the woman that someone broke into her home, but fair play to her for having the guts to kind of chase someone down. Because, you know,
That is the saddest day of the robber's life. That is the saddest day of the robber's life. Getting chased away somewhere by a 90-year-old woman.
Did you manage to get the goods? No, I ran into some trouble. This wee old woman hit me with her handbag. It's absolutely brilliant. You know, it's crazy what happens in Fife. Like, it's like a never-ending stream of crazy stuff. It's not even Fife isn't even that big, is it?
It has a lot of like medium-sized towns, so it kind of just like feels a lot bigger than it actually is.
I mean, this stuff probably happens everywhere. Do you know what I mean? I live in Paisley, next to Paisley. I mean, Paisley's there's characters, so we're just better at hiding it, I think.
Yeah, I feel like if there was a news, like a magazine dedicated to only what happens at the Four Corners in Glasgow, I feel like there would also be like a similar level of just ridiculous stories.
I saw a crazy thing on TikTok the other week, and it was goths and alt people don't go to Four Corners. There's
I saw that.
There's
I saw a tweet about that.
There's Neds with knives planning to kill any goths that go to Four Corners. I'm like, lockdown is really it's really affected folk.
Yeah, my mate told me not to go to Four Corners after they saw that.
Aye, not for being a goth, just your accent. Here you go.
Mate, you couldn't go anywhere in Glasgow.
Yeah.
You go to the pub and ask for a pint and you go, what?
No, it's fine. I just stick to the uni only places where my accent's pretty normal. So
Have you ever
it's maybe the least shocking of them all.
Do you go out a lot in Glasgow, Joe, like pre-COVID and stuff?
Yeah, but again,
Ever been
mostly
to the Savoy? And on that note, we'll move on to our final section of the show. On that sigh, we'll move on to the final. We'll move into the final section of the show, and that's Joe selected an album this week, Garbage's debut album called Garbage. I'll let Joe kind of take this one away. You can talk about the album.
So I chose this album because this is an album I actually listened to before this, but I thought it'd be interesting to talk about. It seems like an album before I listened to it that I thought I'd like a lot. I thought it'd be interesting. I just thought it'd be interesting to talk about. It's the only Scottish member of the band is lead singer Shirley Manson, but she kind of leads such a massive part of that band and that album and the songwriting involved in it as well. That I think you could kind of count as a Scottish band, despite her being the only member. I liked it a lot. To be honest, a lot more than I expected to. It's definitely like maybe I don't know how to describe it other than like the darkest album of the three we've put up with we had so far.
Absolutely,
and the other two, yeah, like a lot of the lyrics are very like self-loathing and self-hating, which is a lot different from the View's kind of optimistic ones and Franz Ferdinand's refusal to write lyrics.
Just Franz Ferdinand writing about like just being Franz Ferdinand.
Yeah. I don't know. yeah, I'm not really good. I'm pretty bad speaking about music in general. Especially albums that listen to them up to 5 times. But yeah, I liked it a lot. I'll probably listen to it again. Graham, what do you think about it?
I mean, I actually did quite enjoy it. It's kind of, it does feel like a kind of precursor to a lot of your music taste, Joe. You can hear a lot of kind of grunge elements, and then you can hear a lot of kind of punk elements too.
I think
The
this was
highlight,
after grunge. It was
yeah,
96 it
no,
came
I mean,
out.
yeah, it's like kind of post grunge
Yeah.
kind of sound. You can hear them drawn a lot from from different influences. I think like the definite highlight of the album was Only Happy When It Rains. I mean, that's a really good song. I think that's
Yeah.
kind of cut above the rest of the album. I really like the song Vow as well. I like the way it played, it panned between the ears. I really like that riff at the start. Overall, I mean, I think I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. I mean, I do quite like some dark kind of lyricism. That's what I usually enjoy. Something to sink your teeth into. But I'm not a big fan of the kind of grungy, kind of pop punk kind of sound. But I thought this was really interesting. I really enjoyed it. What did you take away from it, Liam?
Yeah, mate, I didn't even get to listen to all, mate, but I listened to quite a few tunes off it. Quite digged it, man. Like, I'm not usually into that kind of type of music, but don't know about you, mate. It reminded me of like serious pure shite movies you used to love as a wee guy.
Yeah,
Kind of remind me, kind of like that with the tunes and all that. But don't even know what you call those. Fucking like all those budget movies used to fucking, they were totally gash, mate, but they were good at the time. But yeah, mate, I like that. Dig that.
Yeah. So it's like, I think next week I'm picking an album. I think I'm going to go with Psycho Candy by the Jesus and Mary Chain.
Okay.
It's one of my favourite albums ever. It's absolute classic. Celebrated its 35th anniversary the other week. I wrote a wee piece in the local for it. You can go and check that out on our website. So thanks a lot for coming on, Liam. Really enjoyed having you on. Absolutely brilliant.
Oh, man, my pleasure, man. Like fucking.
Make sure you go and check out his podcast. Get Oan Wae It. It's on all good platforms, yeah.
Aye, Spotify. Mate, I even put it in Deezer. Don't know who listens to Deezer, but it's on Deezer. But aye, Spotify, fucking Apple Podcast, whatever it's called. But I just fucking search up Get Oan Wae It.
Fantastic. Make sure you check him out. His podcast is really good. And make sure you subscribe to us if you're not already, and you keep listening, you keep reading the site. Cheers, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Nice one.